Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Twisted Modworks. Today, this is a fully 3D printed hardware kit sourced from Australia blaster. Super compact, super simple. Let's dive in. This little compact guy is the ZINC AUS Micro. This thing is tiny compared to the 2.0 or the original or anything like that. This is fully 3D printed in my pink silk. We're gonna have some carbon fiber, PETG bits, just some black, and then my beautiful pink, purple, blue shift. This is one of the configurations that you can do with this blaster. It is very, very simple once you have all the pieces. So the hardware kit, which I will link down below, as well as the files on Thingiverse, where you can print one of these yourself, as well as the other variants. This is a very fun build, from making sure your magazine spring actually is aligned right, making sure you have your different front end pieces. You can have a full knuckle guard on this, the right grip you want. There's multiple different grips you can print depending on your style. I really wanted the honeycomb, and the little swell in the palm makes it a very nice quick release there, which is very reminiscent of the Venom Pro as well as the Nightingales. This, however, is spring powered. To operate, you just prime back. You would then push forward. This has a magazine lock, so you cannot close the blaster when you are on your last guard. This thing is very, very fun. We're going to get closer. So you can see inside here now, this is the main rod through the blaster itself, or plunger rod, connected to the heat insert nut here. This guy is your trigger slide spring. There's a little torsion spring in here, and this is a flip up action. Trigger spring is back here. This in here is the barrel. This fires from the lower position. With the magazine out, you can kind of sort of see in there about how that breech works. There is a diverter here because our plunger tube is up here in the priming slide, is diverted down through here and into this actual barrel, which, this is the pusher that pushes the dart into the barrel. In which case, with magazine out, you would just, I don't want to push that close. There's a cat in here. There he is. Knew he was in here. And that makes this really fun. Your couch is up here, which makes sense, and you have magnets here and here. If yours was a little looser fitting, the magnets would pull that back in. This is the shorter barrel option. It is going to be about yay long and nestles inside of your muzzle / catch release area perfectly fine. This thing is a lot of fun. Before we go any further, this has the option for 3 different magazine sizes. The stubby, which fits all the way up in the grip, the slightly extended, and then the largely extended. These are not compatible with your Venom Pro or Nightingale mags because of this ridge right here that works as the ejector, as well as its retainer catch area is going to be slightly different. The creator of these, I believe at the time that I saw a review for it, not this version, but a few versions ago, they were working on a design which involved these magazines in some of their other designs as well. So, might be universal that way. to insert the said magazine, all you do, that's it. That's it. That's it. Keep that. Those are cold. Slide. Whatever. Short magazine, I have noticed either it gets caught on something and it just doesn't want to remove itself. It's kind of annoying. I don't like the look of it anyway. I much prefer the slight extended, truly because it works properly, but also it's convenient to grab, even if you didn't want to spring load it or you wanted it to shoot out. It will literally pop itself in an inverted scenario. Let's fire this thing. It is fairly simple. So, with darts in our magazine, I will be able to close that slide. Should have thought about this. That's all glass. Well, all you're gonna do is again, now, just pull the trigger. It's that simple, and we crunched the dart! Oh, look at that. It rolled because I wasn't closing the bolt all the way. Let's get that out of there. It's fine. Just still use that, right? Probably not. Anyway, this thing is a lot of fun to shoot. The question is it too much of a real firearm look? In this configuration, I think so, which is why I printed it in lighter colors. I wanted a few pieces to be black, the handguard, because I do naturally put my hand here when I'm... Anyway, I have a really, really good PLA right now for the diverter. I just wanted it to be as strong as possible. The catch is done in the, this is just a catch cover. The catch inside is done in the carbon fiber PETG as well, so it's very strong. Same with the trigger and the mag release and all of its little bits and pieces, as well as right here underneath this little flip guy, which is the release, which is also PETG. There is a little ramp you can kind of see right here. The trigger needs that little ramp to be able to push this up and down, which is why sometimes the trigger pull can be a little stiff. That is also PETG, is then melted into place and super glued just around the edges to make sure that does not just come off, because if you go to prime it and that comes out, you're kind of left in a really weird scenario. Next thing, is it necessary? Do you need a very firearm looking Nerf blaster? Probably not. You probably don't need one. Let's just be real. But this thing looks freaking sweet. The performance is right where I want it. The kit for this, obviously depending on your tolerances, if you print the full full files yourself, I printed all the body, the catch, everything like that. I went with the TPU little grommet guy with the PETG plunger head with the kit that came from the designer or kit manufacturer. Either way, it is a very, very nice kit. We need to chrono this thing because I haven't yet, and I am a little curious. It hits. It feels like it hits where I want it to hit. I can't really complain if it doesn't, because it was so much fun to build, and I will be able to use it out of the range when we don't have a foot of ice out there. But let's see what we got here. I am very, very curious. And that is the ZINC AUS Micro. Again, all the links to this are going to be down in your description box below. Leave me a comment. Is this something you guys would field? Do you like the bigger version of it? Do you like the big, giant suppressor car style? Or do you like this micro, slim, nice, compact package that you can totally put in a drop leg or like an actual firearm holster? Because yes, it does fit. Don't ask me how I know that, but it does fit because proportionally it's the same size. It's the exact. It's a close enough dimension that most firearm holsters will fit this. Let's just go with that. So, with everything being said, yeah, AUS, ZINC, Micro, thing's amazing. You guys saw the performance in feet per second. Very, very impressive from a small, compact kit style blaster from Australia. Shipping on this wasn't that bad either. I actually got the review for how do you like your kit and your blaster 2 days before I got the kit itself, and I built it in one sitting, about 2 hours, with letting the glues dry and everything, and that's with reprinting a few parts because they broke, which is fair. Long story short, guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your nerfy friends, and as always, peace out, bros. This should be a familiar sight for people who've been around for a while. This is like OG. That's the snow. That is snow. That has been there now, at the time of filming this, for about 2 weeks. Yeah. It is really cold. It's like 59 degrees in the house. The heat can't keep up with how cold it is. And yeah. That's the range back there. The birds, deer, and other animals are absolutely loving this weather. I like the cold. I enjoy it, but I don't like being able to not film in it. So at some point we will have the ZINC out on the range, where we will be able to do that as well. One other thing, this is not going to be our permanent filming space. Step on a dog toy. We will be able to reuse our old filming space, just going to have to change some things, as obviously setups are here now. It's a lot more organized, a lot more compact, and a lot easier to get around and do everything with. The only thing is it puts me in a position where I can't work on things in here. Like, I built the ZINC truly because it was a kit and it was easy. Everything else I still have to do out in the shop, which is fine. It just means we have a lot of work to do in the shop area. So, yeah, that's that.